Let's get it.
Got one that can see.
Good morning, everybody, here on the Visual Disturbance channel. It's been a long time since we've done a live feed here on the channel, and I figured how great would it be just to do a UFO hearing of 2024 live here. We're going to try to do it today. I'm a little rusty. I'm cleaning off all the dust here off the Visual Disturbance channel. I haven't been live in, I don't know, a month or two, maybe, roughly. So I thank you all for attending with me this morning, this afternoon. Good evening and good night, and wherever you are on this earth. Maybe it's a different time zone, but here we are. Where I'm at is the eastern side of things, eastern side, so it's 11:18 a.m. And we're going to talk about this today. Before we get into it, in about approximately, well, less than 15 minutes, the UFO hearing is going to go live. So here on the Visual Disturbance channel, we're going to make this thing happen. We're going to make it pop and make it happen. We're going to try to talk about it, try to see if it'll work. Let's see if I don't get into trouble with any copyright, whatnot. But we are going to stream the whole thing here on Visual Disturbance because I thought it was kind of interesting. There's not many people on YouTube that are airing this. And I'm going to try to kind of take the plunge and see what happens and see if I can proceed with streaming it live. So let's talk about who's going to be on the list. So if you remember back in July of 2023, they had David Grush, they had all those guys up there doing, they had talking about the UFOs they found, the crash retrieval program, all that good stuff, right? So they had a lot of information dumped on us in 2023. So there's a couple characters, I say characters, welcome to Visual Disturbance channel. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. These gentlemen right here on the screen, Luis Elizondo up on the top left. You have Mr. Tim Gallada on the right, and then the top left, bottom left. I think you have Mike. Well, it's Mike Gold. It's Mike Gold, and then you have Michael Schellenberger. I think I pronounced that correctly, Michael Schellenberger. So hopefully I didn't butcher it too bad. But yeah, Mike Gold is a former NASA official. So this live, the committee that's going to be coming together, I think one of the whistleblowers literally recently just bailed. I think there was going to be another one on there. A gentleman just bailed on this. I don't know what's going on. I seen it on Twitter yesterday. I don't know. So a lot of speculation. Is there going to be some new UFO information that's going to blow our minds? Well, I tell you what, like I always say all the time, could you go in your backyard, you can find stuff that relates to ancient antediluvian world. We can talk about megalithic sites, Indian mounds, we can talk about all these different things, artifacts, etc. The Grand Canyon, everything that goes bump in the night that's hidden tens to hundreds of feet under the ground. There's a lot of stuff here to unravel, especially in America. We have abundance of materials, and everybody knows that's coming out in the news. There's lithium everywhere. There's all kinds of things going on, right? So one would have to wonder, why now, right? We're having this, we just come out, we're just now we're still in the early stages of the election year and all that. That's all over with, but we are here in November the 13th, and this UFO information is getting ready to be disclosed. I've heard a lot of things, and I don't know if you guys have either. I've heard them talk about interdimensional beings. They're going to mention certain things to the level. I think Mr. Tim Gallada, he's even going to mention that there's a natural new, like a new natural reality that the American people need to know. There's something going on, nefarious and evil, sinister plot, whatever. They're talking about all these different secret space programs that have been going on for what? So according to what I'm hearing, 1800s. But, you know, at this point, anybody can speculate or make anything up. I mean, it gets out of control. But like I said, when you can actually go outside, look at your area, you can find a lot of things that just don't make sense anymore. You know, like that's of ancient of old, right? Academia didn't speak about. Academia put a little twist on it in some shape or form back in the day. So it's like there's so much abundance of information. People are in this day and age in 2024 so bored. Their attention span is shortened. You know, you have all this information, all this knowledge, but everybody's glued to their screens. Yes, I understand. I'm not making fun of anybody, but there's a world out there that we've deemed as boring. But in my way of thinking, it's like, you know, Indiana Jones kind of thing, right? So, you know, you need to explore. A lot of people don't even think about, you know, metropolises, you know, big cities. There's a ton of information there too. So there's all kinds of things out there. But yeah, UFO Hearing of 2024 live on Visual Disturbance channel. It has been so long. I'm gonna interact with the chat here. I haven't done this in a long time. I used to do some coffee combos. If anybody's got their coffee, I used to do a coffee combo conversation. That's what I used to do back in the day. And let's just see. I think something's getting ready to pop off already on this UFO hearing. Yeah, there it is. It's commencing here in just a little bit. About 7 minutes. But yeah, get your coffee out. Get your coffee. Yes, it's an old mug. Yeah, I've had it for a long time. I got a bunch of coffee mugs. Yeah, don't judge me. Yeah, so we're going to see what happens here. Here in a few minutes, I see the screen popping up. And let's just see if I can get it to deploy the UFO hearing here in a little bit. Hopefully it'll deploy. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Absolutely. Yep, it works. Yeah, so apparently it's going to begin shortly. I don't know how the template, I don't know how the visuals are going to look. I'm not going to claim that it's going to be pristine, but we are going to try to attempt this on Visual Disturbance channel. And I'll tell you, I just want to thank everybody out there too for being part of this. It's been a long journey for me. A lot of people don't know that, you know, sometimes I just don't put enough content out. I know a lot of people give me a lot of flack for that. But I'm going to try to do better in the future. I have some health issues sometimes get in the way of things and kind of make things. I don't go early morning programs, so this is kind of a new thing for me. Everybody's like, man, Brian, what do you mean early? Well, I'll tell you a story. Way before, this was years ago, before I got hurt, I used to get up to go to work at anywhere from midnight to 1 a.m. and then work like 16 plus hours to get back around. So I'm not considering this early, but now in my world now, it's early to me as far as jumping on live. But back in the day, it would have been like, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, but and then working until my bones break, literally, or my brain explodes. So, but yeah, a little fun humor there, a little insight into my old world, where I've come from, and my old occupation. And a lot of people, I don't want to even get into it. A lot of people know about it. If you go back and look at some of the videos, I've talked about it. People make fun of me, but my glasses, whatever. There's people that have full-blown disguises on YouTube. They don't even know. They go underneath just some random name. And people are like praising them. But man, If Brian wears those glasses, man, his credibility's all thrown under the rug. What's wrong with him? I have visual issues, but dang, oh man, watch the guy that's, dressed up as Emperor, what's his name from Star Wars, or Darth Vader, and reading Enoch, and everybody praises his name. How strange of a world we live in. But yeah, speaking of strange, UFOs, fallen angel technology that mankind doesn't understand, and apparently back in the day they did. But I guess we lost that knowledge too to articulate. I'm not talking about these gentlemen. I'm talking about the just random people that you see out in the public eye. And that's why I think it's important. I think a lot of people are misinformed on certain topics. And, I'm not sitting there trying to say I don't know anything. I'm just the guy trying to report things and speak truth and try to get out everything that I know. And just try to be the best I can at what I do. I'm not trying to be any better than anybody. I'm just trying to be the best as far as what I think, right? You always say this: if you get up, try to improve each day, and if you feel comfortable, then you're not growing. I was talking the other day to Brother John Pounders about this. If you sit and you're comfortable in your setting and you don't strive to be uncomfortable, then there's no growth. You have to try to improve. Even if you have infirmities, you have to improve on daily tasks, to make yourself. It's good for mental state too. It's good for a mental state. Even if it's just a small leap, just a very small, minute, just endeavor, whatever you want to do. If it's drawing or if it's reading or trying to learn a different language, try to go out there and do the right thing and just, push yourself instead of just sitting back and getting down and out. Because the world's throwing arrows. The world's throwing arrows and invisible lasers. In some cases, they're throwing actual lasers. But just get your blue tarp and your blue hat on. I'm kind of joking around about certain things that's happened the last years or so. But yeah, welcome to Visual Disturbance Channel. I might dress up as Darth Vader. No, I will not. I'm not going to dress up as Darth Vader. I used to be a big Star Wars fan, but not a Star Wars fan anymore for all kinds of particular reasons. A lot of people that know this channel and other affiliated channels, you can understand why. But they're doing a sound check. I got the mic muted. But here in a second, I will bring it in. They're doing a mic check. But yeah, let's get into it maybe here in about a minute. I'm looking forward to this. I'm actually looking forward to a live. I don't think I've ever streamed a live program. The only one I've done was the Mexico hearing that with the Peru little alien characters. I think I plugged that one in one day a year or so ago. I don't know. But no telling I'm not really fully awake, and I could ramble on a little bit more. But welcome to the channel. Subscribe, and thank you for being part of the Visual Disturbance channel, because it means a lot to me, and I really genuinely mean that. Your time means something, and I thank you all for being attentive with me this morning. It really does mean a lot. But yeah, if anybody's out there, and if you're just down and the world's got you slamming, you're like slammed to the ground, you're just all down and out, be of good cheer. God would not have you here if you wasn't worthy of being here. Just think about that for a minute. You have a purpose. I know some people that didn't find that out later on in life, that they didn't really know that there was God Almighty that gave them a soul, like gave them a way to live, and a lot of people, I've seen in the past regret things, and just don't let the world beat you up is what I'm saying, and be of good cheer. And make fun of me all you want about the glasses. Next time I'll dress up as I'll Bubble Boy or something, or just have a big old black, just like a blanket over my head, and nobody will be able to see me. Yeah, how about that? Oh, man. I'm kind of rambling on. This is an impromptu UFO hearing. I can't wait to present this. Then we can comment. I'm going to try not to talk too much during it because, I mean, obviously they're going to be impacting a ton of information. So, yet to be seen what's going to happen. Yet to be seen. But subscribe if you haven't, and share this thing out if I can get by with even presenting it. Hopefully I don't get cut off. Yep. 55 people watching. 55 people watching. 55 people watching. But yeah, just think about this for a minute. What an exciting time. Even though a lot of this stuff might not be, we don't know. We don't know. A lot of this, it's a very exciting time because, like I said, we're here in this time, and there's a lot of things being revealed, you know, all the evil things that's been, you know, in the dark for so many years, and a lot of things are being brought to the light. But this stuff intrigues me because where it's at. We have these congressional hearings, and all these senators are really pushing for disclosure, right? You have all this knowledge collaborate all together. You know, biblical stance, Egyptian, all these different cultures, the Mayans, the Aztec, all of them. They talk about flying crafts. They talk about beings, all these different things. I'm telling you right now, whenever I remember hearing it on in July 2023, the interdimensional aspect to it, look, I think what they're going to be presenting is going to be something to that level. And hopefully it's going to come on. Hopefully it's going to come on today. Hopefully it's going to come on. I think they're doing some kind of check. It is live. It is streaming live. But maybe the feed I have is a little slow on the go. But it is corresponding with the time frame that I have, 11:32. I think I'm at 11:33 and a half, but whatever. 40 seconds, 30 seconds off, whatever. But yeah, we're anticipating this. It's kind of a watch party, a live watch party, which I've never done on Visual Disturbance. 61 people in the chat. 61 people in the chat. So I don't know. We got Bill O'Connell. He's always up inside the Boston, sharing her stuff out. Big shout out to, let's see. Well, just a big shout out to everybody. How about that? Alaska. Wow. Big shout out to everybody from Alaska area. We sleep, they live. Oh, man. 61 people watching. It would be awesome to have like 100 people watching. I would be like, that'd be so cool. Because I haven't been live for so long. I know people don't get accustomed to me going live, you know, and when there's not a traditional time frame or whatnot. So, yeah. I could just start singing like I used to on the Coffee Convo. A lot of people didn't like Kelly Cutting, bless you. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that back in the day. But yeah. I do like criticism. I do like feedback. And like I said earlier, if I don't have feedback, if I get too comfortable, then I don't know how to grow because I'm not being uncomfortable. So, get to that state, pushing yourself to be better in anything. So, comment below in the description box, comment in the chat. If you like Visual Disturbance content, if you like all the stuff that I do, I love your singing. That's awesome. I don't even know what to say. I'm so tired. I feel visually zapped this morning, everything. And I really wanted to make sure that I got this up here today. I mean, hopefully hopefully I'm not behind. Hopefully it says it's going to begin shortly. Hopefully it's not streaming on something else that I've messed up, but Let's see if it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. So let's get into this real quick. So if you have the top tier clearance of the 13 Cosmic Clearance General, the Cosmic Clearance General, and you have the President of the United States, so you have 13 levels up. I've heard even though they go higher. What do we got here? Stargate, you know, I'll tell you a fun fact all the time. Elon Musk, right? I'm always on Twitter. Hey Elon, where's the Stargate coordinates at? Like he's making all these these posts, and I'm like, man, if you'll just give me the Stargate coordinates, I'll make sure I do really good with them. I never get a response. People are always like liking, loving it, you know, click, click, click. And it's just funny. I'm like, I'll just boom right in his workplace, right? I'm like clicking all over his post. Hey man, just give me those Stargate coordinates, you know, and it's kind of a fun humor. I like to have a good time. I like to be serious too. But Elon, if you're listening, man, I don't want anything. I don't want no money. I don't want gold and silver. Just those Stargate coordinates. You know, boom. No Bitcoin, none of that. I just want Stargate coordinates. That's all I want. Cheyenne Mountain, right? Stargate SG1. Gobekli Tepe. Why so serious? Why so serious? Oh man. The Denisovian people probably had more insight on the UFOs, and they say those type of people was more like caveman type of status, right? And isn't that just sad? That's just sad to me. Well, it's going to come on here one day. I mean, we might be here just waiting patiently all together here on the Visual Disturbance channel. Well, I guess I'll take a moment too. Check this out. If you don't mind, really, it'd be really cool. I've had substantial growth, and it's nothing to be boastful about. Oh, look at me. That's not where I'm coming from at all. Boastful man, I'll just be straight up. A boastful man is an ignorant man. And check out my Facebook is what I'm saying, my Visual Disturbance Facebook and Twitter and all that. I think they're getting ready to rock this thing. There's no fit. Here it is.
The Border and Foreign Affairs will come to order. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Without objection, the chair may declare a recess at any time, and I recognize myself for the purpose of making an opening statement right now. Good morning and welcome to today's historic hearing, which I'm co-chairing with Mr. Grothman, whose subcommittee held an important hearing on this topic last year. I want to thank my colleagues on the Oversight Committee, including Mr. Burchett, Mr. Burleson, Ms. Luna, Mr. Moskowitz, Mr. Garcia, for their relentless drive to get answers on UAPs. They've been steadfast in demanding transparency on the sightings reported by military pilots and armed forces. Their commitment to digging for the truth is exactly what this country needs to cut through the secrecy surrounding this issue. And many high-ranking individuals in the military and intelligence communities believe UAPs demand greater attention, and thus the purpose for this hearing today. Former National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster said on Bill Maher's program that, quote, there are phenomena that have been witnessed by multiple people that are just inexplicable by the science available to us. Army Colonel Carl Nell, a member of the federal government UAP task force, said at a conference this past May that non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing, and there are unelected people in the government that are aware of that. But UAPs remain a controversial topic. I'm not going to name names, but there are certain individuals who didn't want this hearing to happen because they feared what might be disclosed. But we stood firm. No amount of outside pressure would ever keep me from pursuing a subject to ground, come hell or high water. On that score, I want to thank our witnesses for being here. We have before us a panel of individuals accomplished in the military, in civilian government, in science, and in journalism. Some of the testimony you will hear them deliver today does not reflect well on influential individuals and agencies within the U.S. federal government and perhaps some of our contractors. It's never easy to present such information publicly. So I appreciate our witnesses voluntarily agreeing to being here today. This hearing is intended to help Congress and the American people to learn the extent of the programs and activities our government has engaged in with respect to UAPs and what knowledge it has yielded. This includes, of course, any knowledge of extraterrestrial life or technology of non-human origin. If government-funded research on UAPs has not yielded any useful knowledge, we all